My name is Stacy Weber. I have a son who is 11 years old who's on the autism spectrum. 3 to 4 years ago, CJ started wandering and leaving the house. Your heart just stops, it sinks, you don't even know what to do. First instinct is you scream for their name, but they're not gonna answer you and say, I'm here, or mommy or daddy, they just don't. You can't yell at them because they don't really know what they did. There's no concept of that there. He'll also run in front of darting, moving cars. He'll just take off with anybody or anything. I never could leave him unattended for a second. The Alliance told me 50% of families with children on the spectrum, or even adults on the spectrum, they do have a chance of wandering, and that's just what they do. But it's scary because you always think it's not gonna be my child that's gonna be the one to wander. Anytime a family comes to me and they say that their child has wandered or they tried to get out of the house, I instantly tell them to call the Alliance, get on the Navigator program, and try and get the GPS. The GPS is awesome. I can track them all day long. When CJ leaves to go on the school bus, it says CJ has left home, and I can literally see how fast the bus is traveling and where they're going, and it tells me where they stop. It's really comforting to know that I can see him. The whole thing's given me a great peace of mind because I know where he is at all times. Right now, him wearing a GPS is great because I can track him, but it's also something that has concerned me is how is this gonna affect him as he gets older? How is it gonna affect me? What's gonna be out there for him for the future? The one thing that I do know that gives me comfort is knowing that the Alliance so far has trained over 25,000 first responders to know the signs of an adult or even a tall child that could be on the spectrum. That's just what gives me comfort, knowing that the Alliance is working to make this an easier thing as children get older. The biggest change in my life has been the loss of my husband, which will be 2 years in July. The Alliance reached out to me right away when they found out that Chris passed away. And I was grateful for that because I didn't have a clue on how to do anything. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 11 years at that point. I didn't even know how to figure out what insurance I would need to get my son covered for ABA. So they taught me how to read the forms and how to decipher things and how to pay bills, because all of that was all new and different for me. It was stuff I never had to worry about before. I don't get a break anymore. I don't get a timeout anymore. I don't have as much one-on-one time with my daughter anymore because of that. When you are shocked with the news that your husband has passed away, and it brings everything to a whole new perspective. You look at things way differently. You appreciate things way more. I also have a 13-year-old daughter, Alexa, and she is the most amazing daughter. She's always there for me. She has helped me so much these last 2 years, and before that also. But CJ does not realize how fortunate he is to have the best sister in the whole entire world. As amazing as she is, I also feel guilty and bad because I know she loses out on a bunch of other things that normal siblings don't get to do. Having a sibling on the spectrum, I know it must be hard, but she never lets it show, ever. My hope is for CJ, like I've always said from day one, is just to be happy and healthy. That's all I could ask for. That's all I could pray for. That's all I could want for him, is just to be happy and healthy.